Yeah. As soon as you see the little recorder in the top corner there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's in there. That's it. So we'll start at the front end. So at the front end here, this is what they call the Alco hitch. So this is a stabilising unit for the caravan. The main hitch is the one underneath it here. So I'll show you afterwards how to hitch it on. The first one is your main hitch. This is a stabiliser hitch, but I'll explain more about them afterwards. Handbrake, so simple as the handbrake, same as your car, press the button, pull it up slightly, and then drop it down. Put it back on, simply pull it up. What you may find if you are on a bit of a downhill slope, the handbrake will naturally pull on higher the more that it needs to apply the brakes to stop it. But obviously because we're on a reasonably level floor in here, it'll just sit that way. Next one on the other side is the jockey wheel. So simply it just winds to go up and down. Can't wind it up and down at the minute because I've got the back legs down to show you. But when we hook it up afterwards, I'll explain more about the functions of raising it up and down. The only other one is your 2 light sockets. You may just have had the 1 socket fitted on there.
Yes.
Yeah, so we can get an adapter for that anyway. So they now run on 13 pins, which is a plug socket.
That's what that is.
Yeah, but we can get a lead to work the 2. All it is this one is for your vehicle lights. This one does your reverse lights and also for the caravan itself. So it'll run things like your fridge and bits and bobs inside. While you're going along. Only other thing,
what's that lever there?
that is for when you've wind the jockey wheel up, you undo that and then you can pull the jockey wheel up out of the way so when it's in transit. But again, I'll show you more of this when we get it hooked up, it'll make more sense that way. Only other thing in your gas cupboard inside here, so inside here, this is your leg winder.
Right.
So this is for winding down your 4 legs and the 4 corners of the caravan to level it. And then this is your tyre iron as well, in case you ever have to change the wheel on the caravan as well. Okay. So inside here we've got your 2 lovely gas bottles. George has very nicely put them in and strapped them in and connected them for you. This is obviously the bottle we're running off at the minute because this is where the pipe's connected. So simply to turn your gas on is just open that up at the top and then to shut it off, turn it. If you look on the top of the bottles it does say open, close and the direction. And literally wind it until it's all the way open, and then the same for shutting it off. Just wind it all the way back down for shutting it off. Obviously if the bottle's empty and you need to change it over, it's just switch the bottle off here. The nuts on here are the opposite way round, so it's left to tighten it, right to loosen it. But you'll figure that out when you get to it. If you think of a screw, obviously tightens up. If you think of tightening and then think the opposite way round, so to tighten it is to loosen it, if that makes any sense.
And do they just screw off with your hand?
Spanner. No, you'll have to have a gas spanner for them.
Is that the same as an ordinary spanner you'd have at home, or is a gas spanner different?
You can use an adjustable spanner, but you may find it easier to operate with an actual proper gas spanner. But you can get one of the gas spanners in our shop here available. So. Okay.
Right.
There isn't really anything else. The main thing, you can keep some storage in here, but you have to watch the weight because obviously it's the weight that's going onto your tow hitch and the front end of the vehicle. So it's more lighter products that you can put in the front of here. You don't want to be loading in 14 cases of beer or anything in the front of there to debalance it.
Can I ask what that is there?
Yeah, so this is your onboard regulator. So this regulates the flow of the gas into the caravan. This simply here is just a shut off for it. So that this can isolate your gas. You simply turn it and it'll shut the gas off. But what we really recommend for shutting your gas off is just turning the bottle off.
So ignore that really.
Yeah, ignore it really. Yeah, as such. So if we imagine, we'll imagine now that you've got it on the back of your car, you've pulled up on your site. 9 out of 10 sites you'll find a level. But if you're going off rallying or you're in the middle of nowhere on a farmer's field and you pull up and your caravan's leaning. So to level it left to right, you have to do that with some wood, or you can buy some ramps from the shop here. So all you do, so obviously if you're leaning backwards, you'd say if you're leaning to the left now, you want to raise the left up.
Side,
so just put scaff boards are a good one. You just buy them, cut them down to some shorter lengths, stack them up, sort of stagger them so you've got a ramp to drive up.
What are they called then?
Scaff boards, scaffold boards.
Scaffold board.
Yeah. Or you can get plastic ramps, proper design ramps, or scaffolding boards or anything along that way. So then all you do is drive past where you want the caravan to sit, build your ramps up, and then drive onto them. Then pull it back forward. So imagine the caravan's you've driven up on the wood, it'll then level it up. So that's your left to right levelling. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think so.
Sort of.
Is that drive Sorry, the wood you drive on with the wheels.
Yeah,
right,
drive on. Rather, because with this, when that pushes back, that will apply the brakes. So what you'll find is if you're trying to reverse it up onto the woods, when it hits the wood, this will go forward and it'll apply the brakes to the caravan.
Right.
So it's always easier to drive onto the wood to then level it up for the left and right.
So we used to have, I used to have a camper van, and I had some, I don't know what they were called. They were like yellow
Plastic wraps.
Yes, and they were like teeth. Is that the same sort of thing?
Yeah, you can buy the plastic ramps which will do the exact same thing, but you may find most sites you're on a nice level site anyway. So it all depends on where you're going. George is probably the better man to speak to if you talk to him about where you're going or where you're thinking of going. He may know whether it's level or not you need. Most people will just have a couple of pieces of wood in the front here that they keep for as and when they need them. So obviously then once you're on your site, you're level left to right. A handy thing is you can get a little spirit level and just pop it in the front window there or anywhere on the front here, just to give you a rough idea of how you are. Because until you're frying an egg on the cooker, you'll realise then that you're uneven then, because you're leaning and your egg's sitting at the back side of the pan. That's the main one. Obviously then for front to back, so we've done left to right, you can then put it up on the hitch, pull your handbrake up, drop your jockey wheel, wind it up, lift your hitches up, take it off your car. So imagine now it's sat here. So if I wind this down, so imagine you've got there, you've just taken it off the car. Now obviously you look, it's nose end down now, so the caravan's leaning forward. So simply to level it front to back, it's just as easy as wind your jockey wheel up until you get to the desired. So obviously then you just look down the side of the caravan, or you can use a spirit level to level it up.
So you basically use that for your levelling front to back?
Yes, so the jockey wheel's to level front to back, the wood's to level left to right.
Right, okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
So then once you've got it up at that level, you can then wind your legs down. Now, I'm going to cheat slightly, because I've got a lovely attachment on the grill. So this is exactly the same as your leg winder in the front there.
But a bit easier to use.
Yes, and a lot quicker. Can you imagine how many legs I wind down a day?
Yeah.
So you simply, obviously when you're doing it by hand, it's just until it goes tight.
So, right, okay, yeah.
Okay, and then there's one here, one on the far side, and then follow me. And then the two on the back as well. There's two on the back. So the nuts for these ones are on the rear for both of them, and then the front ones are both on the front on the sides.
How do you get to those ones?
They're just
straight underneath here. Just
I see.
There.
Oh, right.
So, say that.
Oh, yeah.
Down.
Great.
Okay. Got that?
Yeah, brilliant.
So you've got it on site now. So you've levelled it left to right, front to back, you've got your legs down. Fantastic. So you can now start thinking about water and electric.
Right, okay.
So first one at the side here. So this is obviously your Aperol, which you have got one in your starter pack. It's your 40 litre water container. Simply take it to your service point, fill it up, come back, and then this cover. This is your water with your filter on your pump on the bottom. So you simply just drop that into your water. And then this, it'll only go up the one way, and if you look at the whale, as long as you're looking at the whale on the top, and then it simply just pushes in, and if you notice, the lid locks it in.
Forward,
oh, right, yeah.
So don't yank it out. The only way you can take it out, you have to lift the lid up to take it out.
Releases it.
Because the lid locks it in place.
So is there one of these in the kit?
This is yours, this is yours,
okay.
This is yours, and there is an Aperol in your kit, which is the Aperol there. You can see it in the box there for you. So you've got the same. We've just got it on a trolley because it's easier for us to move.
Yeah. So you just leave that at the side of the van, do you?
Yeah.
Yep.
Just leave that round the back.
Yeah.
Next.
I was say, is that the thing that I've seen with that you can get like a frame to roll it?
You've got one in your box there. You can see there is a little picture on the box. You can see the gentleman wheeling it along with the wife, which I think's a little bit sexist that the man has to carry it. I mean, come on, love, you can have a go at that as well.
I was thinking of how you get it there because that handle will be pretty heavy.
Yeah. No, you don't have to carry them. They roll quite nicely. That's what the rubber wheels and that as well are on here as well.
Right,
So it wheels nicely across the floor. Right, so I'll show you this. This is just your cover for your heating system. So simply to remove it, is just put a little bit of pressure on the top of it and pull it out from the bottom.
Right.
Okay, and it pops out. This is now for your heating system. This cover, if you want to run your hot water on gas, you need to remove this.
Okay.
If you're trying to light or trying to fire your hot water up on gas and it's not lighting, 9 out of 10 times it's because you've forgotten to remove this.
Right.
So you can leave it on unless you want to run your hot water. We've obviously got it off at the minute because I'm going to show you how you run your hot water on gas or electric, or gas and electric.
Yep.
Okay? Right, next.
Just ask what that black, whatever it is.
So if you
is
can't
on there.
stand it up, it's exactly the same.
Same as that one.
Same as the
Oh,
one on the
right.
top, so you can either have it standing on its end or on the side.
Oh,
The
yeah.
other one you'll find as well, if you're emptying it, so say you finish and you've still got a full one, you
Yeah.
know, obviously you don't want to put it in the van full, you need to empty it, unscrew the top one, and if you just slightly open that one, it releases the air and it flows out a lot quicker.
Right, okay.
Yeah, handy little thing. Right, next cupboard down. So, this hook up here, this is your 240, so this is your power. You have got one of these leads. This one's mine, you've got a brand new one there.
Okay.
So simply to connect it, just open it up, you see it's
pull it
got a
down.
lovely little groove, and then there's a lovely little groove at the back there, so you
Okay.
just hold the lid open, it slots in into its place, and then just clicks in place.
Okay.
So that's as simple as your power on.
And that's connecting the other end to the power supply on the side.
Yes, yeah. Always connect it from the dead end first, as I say it, and
Right.
then take it
It's
to
not
the
live,
live.
is it?
Because the last thing you want to do is plug a live cable in and then drag a live cable across wet grass.
Yeah, yeah.
It could be a shocking experience, put it that way.
We're very
put it that
limited
way.
caravanning life.
Yeah.
Never again.
Right, next one across. So this is your leisure battery now.
Okay.
So this is the battery which runs most of your 12 volt system inside. So virtually this is everything that powers your caravan. When you're plugged into the 240, the main function of this is to recharge this.
Right. Okay.
So even though the majority of the electric is run through this battery, this is what recharges it and keeps the life in the battery. There is a few functions which your 240, which is like your sockets, your plug sockets and things inside,
Yeah.
will only run when 240 is plugged in. But
Oh, right,
if
okay.
you imagine, virtually all your power comes through this. So when you get to site, plug this in, and then you know that the battery is being charged as you go along. So it saves draining your battery, so you've got constant power then as such.
So if we go into a site and there wasn't electricity
Yeah.
mains, then some of the sockets wouldn't work, you say?
Yeah, the sockets wouldn't work only when you've got the 240 in.
Right.
But there is 12 volt sockets, you know, like cigarette lighters in your car.
Yeah.
There is sockets in there which will work off the 12 volt system. But the plug sockets will only work when your 240's in. But I mean, the chances of you being anywhere where you haven't got a plug in is you're either in a farmer's field you shouldn't be in, or you're on a beach somewhere and you just thought, oh well, I'm just going to stay here for the night.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
I was going to
Yeah.
ask you, with the when you're moving along,
Yeah.
is that keeping the fridge cold, or is that coming from the other?
No,
car?
that'll come from the car. That
Car battery.
Yeah, that'll come from the car battery. But I'll explain
Okay.
all that when we get inside. So.
Okay.
And then obviously when you are, there is a lovely little groove. You see the little notch in
Oh,
there?
yeah.
So your electric cable, he says, puts it in first, fits in there and then closes up, so then you can have the cupboard locked.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, simply
Brilliant.
to open a cupboard, just push the two buttons in and open it.
Right.
See, I'll pull my cable out of there because I don't need, but obviously when you're up there, once you've got your cable in, you don't have that closed up, you don't need to have that open. I've only got that open just to explain everything to yourselves.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, happy with everything so far?
Yeah.
Yeah. Brilliant.
Keep going round. That's the air compressor for the workshops either side, and the overflow for it's right behind me, so don't worry, it's not your van or anything. So, this is your waste outlets now. So this is where any water that you put inside, that you tip down the sink, or the shower, or obviously the sink in the shower in the bathroom as well, all the water will come through here. We have got your waste master, which you've got round there, some grey piping, you just put the grey piping together, one pipe in there, and then the other one into your waste master. Your waste master is about 40 litres, same as your Akerol. So
Yeah.
you know if you've emptied your Akerol out, there's a good chance that you need to empty your waste master. So you'll see people on site trundling off to the service point with the waste master to empty it and their Akerol to fill it back up.
Oh right.
So that's one easy thing. So remember, if you've run out of water, there's a good chance you just need to check your waste to see if you filled that as well.
Right,
And then obviously you'll take that off to whatever point the campsite has got for you to empty it out. There's certain points where you can tip it.